The final two teams for the War Scourge event were revealed yesterday. In this video, we're breaking down who are the best characters to take in to this next Scourge event. So if you're ready for all of that, Valley Club, you know what to do. Find that like button. Let's go smash it.
ValleyFlyin.
Hello, Valley Club. Welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I am ValleyFlyin. I hope you're having a great weekend, and we got some interesting information yesterday. We're going to talk about what the best teams for the War Scourge event that looks to be upcoming not in 6.3 but in 6.4. Now, if this is your first time here on the ValleyFlyin channel, hit that subscribe button because we got more Marvel Strike Force videos coming. We got at least 5 videos per week on this channel. Usually there are a lot more. If you're already a subscriber, welcome back. We're talking about these events, so let's go and take a look at what was revealed yesterday. The War Horseman is Red Hulk. So yes, we're building this for Red Hulk. Looks to be an important part of this Gamma team coming up. Important war team that this Gamma team is going to be a part of. This Gamma team is going to be an important war team. All right. The War Scourge event. Ravagers and Wave-1 Avengers were revealed yesterday. Hero Asgardians were revealed a few weeks ago. So let's go start off with, I think, the best of the bunch. The best of these three teams looks to be the Asgardians because of that passive healing that they're gonna get. They have that natural sustain. So let's start off with their kits, and then we're going to review the Ravagers, and we're gonna finalize with the Wave-1 Avengers. All right, so looking at the kit for the Mighty Thor, and all the war stuff is in red. So none of the war stuff for these hero Asgardians are gonna matter as far as this Scourge event. So Jane Foster, aka Mighty Thor, is attacking the primary target for 300% piercing, clearing 2 positive effects. So this is good basic right here, claim their 2 positive effects. And the good thing, if you do want to equip Striker for her, at least just for Scourge, you will be doing this on her assistant counter attack, clearing those 2 positive effects. So could be very, very important. Attacking the primary target, 350% piercing. Adjacent targets also get 300% piercing. And the primary target has stun, which can get applied from the normal Thor and his ultimate there. Reduce the target speed bar by 25%. It does not have stun, but disrupted for 2 turns. So either reducing the speed bar or getting that disrupted along with all this damage there. Only to the primary target though. So this one could be situational for Scourge. Of course, we don't know the enemies yet. They probably haven't even been play tested yet, but probably gonna be pretty important there. All enemies, AoE attack. This is a big one though. Flipping 2 positive effects to negative effects, and this is a long cooldown here. So this may be losing some value in Scourge, but you'll be able to at least use it on 1 node. So if there's any indication, maybe charging up, using some other teams for node 5, and then finishing off with node 10 for this team. I don't know. We'll have to see what all the tags and everything are, but applying blind to the primary target as well. So this is a very, very strong ultimate. It does have a long cooldown. I don't like that long cooldown, but it's a very strong. All right. At the end of any turn, so this is kind of like Thor's passive. This character does have 5 or more charge to attack the enemy with the highest damage that's gonna have trauma, 250% damage, and then she's gonna lose her charge. So again, this could come in very, very helpful. I know when we were playing that previous Scourge for Rogue, this was very, very annoying when she was on defense, when the AI was controlling her. So now we get to use this passive. On turn, this is the big Asgardian healing, 5% of max health and 5% of max health per non-minion Asgardian allies. So 25% healing every single turn. They're gonna have some sustainability, which is why I think this is gonna be the primary team for this War Scourge event. When this character or any hero Asgardian attacks an enemy, apply 1 to charge to self and all chargeable heroes Asgardian allies. That is normal Thor, Valkyrie, and Jane Foster Thor. And she is gaining 25% max health. So she looks to be a very good character. I wouldn't say she's the most important character, but she's up there with these other characters. Now, one of the most important characters I think is gonna be Valkyrie right here. Her event should start later today, so spend those cores. Hopefully you got some good red star pulls for her, but go hard on this event because she's gonna be very important in this team and Red Hulk and the subsequent Gamma team that Red Hulk's gonna be leading. Attacking the primary target, 275% damage. Bonus attacking for another 275% damage. If you had Death Proof, deals more damage, applies bleeds, and transfers death proof to the from the primary target to the most injured ally. And I'm just suspecting that none of the enemies in the node 5 and 10 are gonna have any death proofs there. So you're probably not gonna charge that. We have to go, hopefully there's someone that could, I don't know. Well, we'll see what enemies are there. But I'm guessing that there's not gonna be anybody that has death proof. To get a death proof to the most injured Asgardian ally, just, I don't know. Maybe they'll be nice. Maybe they'll be nice. Maybe I'm wrong. All right, this has a longer cooldown as well. 2 counter, 2 defense up for 2 turns, offense up to self and all hero Asgardian allies. This is a great opening move. And then hopefully you can charge this up for the next node if that's how it's gonna play out. Attacking the primary target, 400% damage, applying stun. So there's that stun again, not just from that Thor ultimate. Valkyrie also gets that stun. So that's gonna be good synergy from that mighty Thor move there that takes advantage of the stun. Attacking the primary target has death proof. This attack deals, if the primary target has death proof, dealing an additional 100% damage. So I'm liking these stuns that they can apply. I'm liking all of this, good stuff. Defense up, offense up for 2 turns. That's gonna be a very good move. And then you could do this every 5 turns. So every 2 out of 5 turns, you're having offense up for 2 turns and defense up for 2 turns and counters as well. All right, so attacking the primary target for 300% damage for the ultimate. Now, this is not gonna be available right on turn 1 unless there's some earlier nodes that you could charge this up with. So you're not gonna have that ability to block on turn 1 in Scourge unless, like I said, you're charging this or you're giving more ability energy on previous nodes, if that is an option for this character. The primary target has death proof. This attack deals an additional 50% damage. I'm just not seeing death proof on any of those characters on node 5 and 10 for war. If this character has charge rebound chain to 1 adjacent enemy per 2 charge on this character for 280% damage. Damage for each additional chain attack is reduced by 20%. If the target has death proof, deals more damage, then lose all charge, counterattack, breaks exchange. So charges aren't as important for Valkyrie as they are for Mighty Thor and for normal Thor there. She has that Asgardian healing again, 25% on turn, because I'm assuming you're using a full Asgardian team, unless there's some hybrid teams like with Thor and the Wave-1 Avengers. And this is a very good one, but it's only a 50% chance to perform this. On war, you're gonna get it all the time, but only 50% chance to apply this in Scourge. So I see a lot of resetting to make sure that this happens when she dies, if she dies. You're gonna clear all negative effects. This is for all hero Asgardian allies. Applying Safeguard, applying the following positive effects for 2 turns. Immunity, offense up, defense up, generating 1 ability energy. Healing for this character's max health. 8% per charge on this character, then they're gonna lose all charge. So a lot of good stuff with this when someone dies on this team. And more crit chance, Asgardian allies are all gaining crit chance. So this is she's a winner right here. Now, I want Thor to be good, and he is good because he not only does he have that hero Asgardian tag, he also have that Wave-1 tag that are also involved in this. But as far as actual value in the Scourge event, I see it from his ultimate and I see it from his passive right here when he's getting charged on maximum charge, ability energy for self, all enemies, AoE 260% damage. So that's where I really see him shining, but his basic is pretty weak. 340% damage, flipping defense up. That could be good, but yeah, I'm not really feeling that one. Attacking the primary target, big chain attack, just damage here, so no control over the enemies. And if you're going for these higher difficulties in Scourge, usually the enemies are way overpowered or higher powered than you are. So this you're gonna need some control, most likely. This is his best move right here. AoE attack, 320% damage, stun to the primary target, 50% chance to apply stun to all additional targets. This is another one that I see a lot of resets in this Scourge. So make sure that that Valkyrie passive, if someone dies, everybody gets that that chance. And then if Thor does his ultimate and he doesn't apply stun to a lot of primary targets or key targets, I see a lot of resets with this. He's also getting more damage, 10% damage in addition to that 15% just from having it on his passive. 10% for each hero, Asgardian ally or Wave-1 Avengers. He's getting that Asgardian healing again. When an enemy attacks a Wave-1 Avenger or ally, he's filling the speed bar by 5%, and he's gaining a charge anytime anyone is hit. So this ultimate could be going off a lot. Excuse me, this AoE passive could be going off a lot. So Thor has some value, a lot of resets and a lot of good RNG you need from him. All right, Sif, I see her as the least valuable of all of these hero Asgardians. Primary target, 280% damage, gaining 2 deflects. I don't think that's gonna do too much to help her survive and Scourge. Attacking the prime, unless you're going for low difficulties. Attacking the primary target, 340% damage, gain taunt, 3 counters, defense up to self and all hero Asgardian allies. The defense up is good. The taunt is gonna, give her the damage, get her taking the damage, but not a very strong move. Big attack here, rebound chain with 360 to the primary target, 330 to the adjacent targets. Counterattack braces chain, again, not very exciting with this kit. On spawn, she's getting defense up, 2 deflects, which is good. She's getting the Asgardian healing, more block chance, more block amount, more resistance. So yeah, other than having this hero Asgardian tag, I don't see her as doing too much in Scourge, but you're probably gonna wanna build her anyway just because she's a part of this team. And last but not least on this team is Heimdall. And he is probably the second least value after Sif there. Primary target, gaining assist from a random Asgardian ally. All right, that is good, but that is just damage there. Flipping stealth on each enemy, so that is good. They can't go into stealth. Attacking all enemies, 330% damage. This is a lower cooldown as well for another AoE attack. Heal block from self and all hero Asgardian allies, and that is gonna be good along with their Asgardian healing that they do. This is 4-turn cooldown. You're not getting this as often as I would like, but it's a good one. And clearing 2 negative effects from self and all hero Asgardian allies. This is a very good move here, but 4-turn cooldown there. You're gonna wanna make sure this is probably charged if you could bring in one of those earlier stages for node 5 or node 10. Attacking the primary target, 360% damage. Adjacent targets getting 330. Applying heal block to the primary and secondary targets. Yeah, it's not a very strong move. All right, he has his hero, the Asgardian healing that he's getting. Heal block. He's filling the speed bar by 20%. More resistance against blind. Asgardians are getting a lot of resistance against blind as well, so that is good for them. They're getting more accuracy, so I guess the best thing about Heimdall is his passive here, not letting them get blinded. He's giving them more focus as well and more crit chance as well. So Heimdall is good, but kind of like Sif, not one of the best characters, but you probably want to build him just for that hero Asgardian tag. I do love his passive though. All right, so that is the Asgardians. Those look to be the primary team like the Web Warriors or the Young Avengers for these previous 2 Scourge events. And then now let's get to some of these other teams. The next one I want to talk about is the Ravagers. And I think this one, I don't think you have to build all of the team members here. Star-Lord T'Challa, I got a lot of value out of him in the Gambit raids, so I'm guessing him with Yondu and maybe with Stitcher will be an interesting, maybe a sacrifice team, maybe pulling some abilities, maybe even killing some certain high-level targets, but I don't see the Ravagers as the primary team, so I don't think you need to build Bruiser or Boomer at all, but let's talk about Star-Lord T'Challa. Primary target, 280% damage. Bonus attack, 250% damage. Gaining offense up. That is just damage, but this was one of the most instrumental moves in the Gambit raid. So I'm thinking that is going to be a good, it's going to be highly used. I'm thinking that's going to be a good one. And because he's so fast and this is going off so much, if you're building up Star-Lord T'Challa, you may want to equip that healer ISO 8 class on him just because he's taking so many turns. All right, so that is an okay move. That's gonna be your main move. This is the big one here. If the primary target has blind and he's applying blind and defense down with an attack as well, he's gonna steal 2 ability energy from that target. So this is probably a very important one for Scourge, depending on which enemies you're facing there. Get that blind on there, steal that ability energy so they can't do some like Doom ultimate or something to you. This is a very good one as well, and placement for this when you're doing this move is gonna matter. Copy positive effects, excluding safeguard, taunt, regeneration, only from the adjacent allies, so be careful where you place them when you're doing this move. If you're getting someone like Polaris and Magneto that just pulls everybody together, it doesn't matter because maybe you're adjacent to everybody. Primary target is getting 530% damage, duration of all positive effects, excluding regeneration for self and all Ravager allies, +1 to a maximum of 3, so that is a very good one. And this one helps Ravager allies on turn gain evade, clear 1 negative effect from self and all Ravager allies, so that is good for Ravagers. I'm not sure how many Ravagers you want to bring in besides those 3 that I mentioned though. On summon enemy death, gaining 30% speed bar, and if you're bringing him with Yondu. That's a good one. He's the one that's going to summon the enemies, gaining 30% damage, and Ravager allies also gaining 25% max health. So that is Star-Lord T'Challa. I'm not sure if he's worth building up at this point if you haven't already built him, but if you already have him built up for something like the tech lanes or the Doom raids, then I think he's going to be a great addition to your team. Now, if you do plan on building up, I think you want to build them up with Yondu. I think that's going to be a powerful combo with the way their kits read and what Yondu does as well. And I think Yondu may be worth building up just even just as a sacrifice character because he can summon. All right, so his passive, or his basic, excuse me, primary target, 200% damage, 25% piercing. This is why I love it though. Clearing 2 positive effects from the target. That is the very strong basic there. Summon 1 Ravager Puma and 1 Ravager Stitcher allies. So you're getting more damage and you're getting more healing. This is good. And the Ravager Stitcher, even if he's a low level character, it's based on some percentage. So the Ravager Stitcher could be a key character as well. Speed up to self and all Ravager allies, gaining self. And then he's summoning these 2 characters right there. Big chain attack, but it's a 5-turn cooldown, so I'm not sure how often this is going to be used. I do like that it's clearing 2 positive effects from each enemy though. So again, like some of the hero Asgardians, you may want to have this charged before you go into node if you're thinking of bringing Yondu in. More extra focus for Ravagers on this attack cannot be dodged. And I like this one as well. Copying 3 positive effects, excluding taunt from each enemy. Clear the copied positive effect from each enemy. So clearing that is very good. If an enemy has blind, copy and clear all of their positive effects instead of 3s. So if his focus is high enough and he could get through that focus resistance check, Yondu's kit, I'm actually liking that a little better than Star-Lord T'Challa now that I'm saying it out loud. Just for Scourge. I think overall Star-Lord is a better character, but I think he's going to be a powerful duo. And if you want to bring in Stitcher there, I think this is going to be a powerful trio for Scourge as well. Clearing Deathproof from the primary target, and like I said with that hero Asgardians of what they do with Deathproof, especially Valkyrie, I don't think there's gonna be a lot of Deathproofs on Scourge, but I could be wrong. Attacking the primary target, 280% piercing, applying heal block, and if the primary target has defense down, instead attacking the primary target, 380% piercing, applying heal block. Characters killed by this attack cannot be revived, so you know, there's some characters that can be revived. Well, if you do it with Stitcher, then cannot. Stitcher kit is special. There's no ultimate because he's a minion. Stealing 10% health, and this is a percent-based attack. So the higher the enemies, the more health you're stealing, and the more you're redistributing to the most injured allies. So this could be a very key move. Don't sleep on Stitcher, guys. Maybe on Boomer and Bruiser, but I don't know if you should be sleeping on Stitcher. You're the most injured ally, 3,500 health. 10% of this character's max health, applying immunity. Then steal 10% of he's going to do it again. 10% of the health from the primary target, redistribute to the most injured ally. Heal the most injured ally for 3,500 health. 10% of this character's max health and applying immunity. So 2 times. It could be to the same character. It could be to two different characters. 3-turn cooldown. This could be like the Squirrel Girl. The Squirrel Girl of the War Scourge. And he's gaining more max health on spawn. He's getting regeneration for self and all Ravager allies. So very strong kid. I really like his ultimate though. Excuse me, his special though. So this one could be a game changer, but I don't know. It was good when paired with T'Challa and probably good with Yondu as well. So that's what I would recommend him. If you're not going to build any of these guys, I probably wouldn't. But if you want to build one, Yondu is farmable right now. And Star-Lord T'Challa just became farmable. All right, let's go in game and take a look at the Wave-1 Avengers. Now, the Wave-1 Avengers are an interesting choice because, one, we have Thor here because he is a hero Asgardian. You're probably already building him up for this War Scourge event. Other character we have is Hulk. Now, you're not gonna use too much building Hulk because Hulk is a character that is gonna be on this war team along with the Red Hulk. So you're gonna need him to unlock Apocalypse. You're gonna need to gear him to unlock Apocalypse. So you're not losing too much and you're not wasting too much if you gear him right now for this event. So Hulk is definitely a possibility. Now his kit is pretty bad. I don't know what the heck he's gonna offer here, but since you have to gear him up if you're planning on unlocking Apocalypse anyway, you can build him up. He is getting a rework that has not been officially announced yet. It is floating out there under NDA, but because it's under NDA, and honestly, I haven't opened the email to even see what it is. I don't know what the rework is. So it could be good, could be bad, but it is under NDA. His kit right now is pretty bad though. Primary target is going to 300% damage if you have that T4 in there, and you're going to multiply the damage by 1.5 if you have that T4 on there. If this character is below 50% max health. Not a very strong one. I don't see this helping too much in Scourge. Gaining taunt, which could be a very good move in the Scourge, because it's going to take some heat off of your allies there. If an ally is away in one Avenger, geared 3 counters, clearing 3 negative effects from himself, and if his health is below 50%, heal self for 7,000 and 20% of his max health. So gaining some healing. 3-turn cooldown is pretty good. His big move here is attacking the primary target, 330% damage, adjacent enemies, 190. If this character below 50% max health, heal health, multiply damage by 1.5. So this is a very long cooldown. Unless he's getting a rework to this doesn't seem like a very valuable skill for Scourge, because you're gonna have to charge this, and then he's not doing this very often. So it's okay. And on dropping below 50% health, fill speed by 100%, gain offense up, clear stun on dropping below 25% health, gain death proof, clearing all negative effects. When an enemy attacks a Wave 1 Avengers, fill speed bar by 15%. And when this character is below 50% health, gain more armor when taunting, getting more resistance. So while he's a good character, and I think the main reason to build him up is because of his tags. Let's talk about this next character right here, Iron Man. Now, Iron Man is going to be a part of 2 legendary releases for Scourge. He's going to be a part of this for War, because he's a Wave 1 Avengers. He's also part of the next legendary Scourge event for Death, because he's part of this new Bionic Avengers team. So Iron Man definitely not wasting a lot by building him, and he's getting some big stat boosts. Let's go take a look at his rework, because that was officially revealed. He's getting a health boost, a damage boost, a focus boost, and a resist boost. This puts him in the top 20 in most of these stats, if not all of these stats here. So he's gonna be a pretty strong character. This team, this Bionic Avengers team, was designed for raids, so all the raid bonuses, let's forget about them, at least for Scourge here. So his new basic, he's gonna attack the primary target to 80% damage, applying defense down, chaining, more damage here, 230, and applying defense down, assist from a Hulkbuster ally. You're not bringing him to Scourge for the Wave 1 Avengers, so you could cancel that out for Scourge. Counterattack does not break this change, so that's a basic there. It's an okay basic, nothing too crazy. Attack all enemies on his special for 330% damage, prolong the duration of all negative effects by 1 on each target. This could be huge, especially in Scourge. Depending who you're bringing in, depending what other characters that are applying debuffs on the enemy team, this could be a big one. And if we look in game right now, currently Rocket Barrage has a 4-turn cooldown, so could be using this maybe more than once per battle, and it's unavoidable. So forget about the ability energy there. But I like this prolonged duration of all negative effects. Now it says all negative effects, which means that it's gonna still prolong stun. It's gonna prolong ability block, prolong blind, not like some of the Wave 1 Avenger, the Web Warriors, which have in their kit that they're not gonna prolong certain debuffs on the team. This one does not have it in there, so it will prolong everything there. So his ultimate there, 700% damage, more ability energy for 2 random Bionic Avenger allies. I think that'll just go to him. I don't know if it has to be a non-Iron Man Bionic Avenger ally, but I think that's all gonna go to him, which should charge him up pretty quick. If he has 3 or more, yeah, he's not gonna have that in raid. So just damage there, and potentially ability energy for himself, and more damage for each Bionic Avenger power armor of Wave 1 Avenger allies. So if you bring in more than 1 Wave 1 Avengers and pairing them with Iron Man, he's gonna get extra damage with that. More crit chance, allies gaining more crit chance, tech allies gaining more crit chance, Bionic Avengers gaining more crit chance, gaining more crit damage, and Bionic Avenger allies gaining more crit damage. So he's gaining a lot of stuff there. Let's go back in game and move on with these Wave 1 Avengers, because I think Iron Man and a Hulk, you're gonna wanna build them up, maybe not for their kits right now, but because of their use in the future. They're gonna be kind of like Miles, that they're used in multiple events. Now, there's a little value for each of these characters here. There's rumors that Hawkeye will be a part of a rework coming later this year. There's rumors of Captain America. I think the one definitely not getting a rework is Black Widow, because she already got one with that military skill team. So let's go take a look at her kit. And I actually think she will be a valuable character in there if you're building up these Wave-1 Avengers. Attacking primary target for some damage during stealth, only in stealth, copying and clearing all positive effects on the primary target. The thing it is doing is copying and clearing, so it's almost like we're just removing the positive effects if she's in stealth. So that is a good thing for her basic there, depending what negative effects the enemies have. Stealth for 2 turns, this is the opening move, clearing negative effect from stealth, clearing 1 negative effect from Avengers and skill military allies. So all the Avengers, Wave 1 Avengers will be helped by this, including Thor, who has that Asgardian tag. Speed up to self and shield Avengers, skill military allies for 2 turns. So that is a strong move. I'm actually really liking Black Widow. If you already have her built up, yeah, she'll be valuable for you. I'm not sure if you should rush and build her up just for this event though. That's what I'm still not sure of. This is a longer cooldown. It's not charged right on turn 1, so you're gonna have to charge this on previous nodes if she's eligible to enter some of those previous nodes. Transferring positive effects, excluding taunt from the primary target to skill military allies. That is not working in the Scourge because she's the only skill military. Attacking the primary target, 230% damage, applying stun. This is gonna be big. Having that stun available to stun some valuable enemies there, some dangerous enemies, that's gonna be good. 60% chance to change at 3 adjacent targets, 170 chance, or 170% damage plus bleeds if Hawkeye, Red Guard, and Yelena are allies. Always change at 3 targets. I think the big thing here, the chain is nice, not doing a lot of damage, and she is a controller, so she's not gonna be doing a ton of damage, but that stun is there. That's very good. And Saboteur, gaining more speed. This is applied after a character is taking a turn on stealth. Self for ally stealth, apply offense up to self, and unfortunately not the Avenger allies. Applying death proof to Hawkeye, Yelena, and Red Guardian allies. So just that synergy with Hawkeye might help her out there, and might, based on some of the rumors, might be worth it to bring up Hawkeye if you're struggling with some of the nodes. Gain assist now on ally, Hawkeye, Red Guardian, or Yelena's turn. So decent kit there. I wouldn't say that's a character to rush to build up, but if you already have some investment in her, I don't think it's going to take too much to make her a valuable Scourge character. Now, Hawkeye's the interesting one. He has a lot of blinds that he could apply to enemies. He has some good things to remove some debuffs on enemies, and there's rumors of a rework. As he stands right now, though, I wouldn't build him up just for Scourge. If you already have him built up good, you're ahead of the game. But I wouldn't rush to build him up just for Scourge. Attacking primary target for damage, more crit, more crit damage, more crit chance, more piercing. It's an okay basic, nothing too special. Primary adjacent targets for damage, reducing speed bar, which is nice, 20%. Clearing 3 positive effects. This is a 4-turn cooldown. I do like this move. This is a very good move for him. And clearing all negative effects instead of 3 with that T4 might make it worth it there. This is another good one, offering more control for your team. All enemies, AoE attack, slow, blind to the primary target, and kind of like that Thor stun. 50% chance to apply blind to all remaining targets. So if you're bringing Hawkeye, you might have a lot of resets to try to get this blind on the correct targets. A 5-turn cooldown though, so if he's eligible for previous nodes before node 5, before node 10, you may want to bring him to get this ultimate charged up on turn 1 there. And his special, it's okay, on turn, attack the most injured enemy with stealth for 200% damage, clear stealth. Gain 100,000% focus for this attack. It's unavoidable. And gain an assist now on a Black Widow's turn and gain 60% focus. So it's an okay kit. If you already have some investment in him, good. You could put a little bit more into him, but I wouldn't rush to build him. Captain America is probably the least valuable for this team, honestly. All right. He does provide some ability energy, so that is a good thing, and maybe I take that back about him being the least valuable. All right, maybe he's the least valuable by default, but I do like some of the things he does. At one time, he was one of the best characters in the game. Attacking the primary target, 200% damage, chain 1 to 2 adjacent targets for 170, 50% chance to gain defense up, counterattack breaks this chain. This is good stuff, but his stats, his base stats are so old. Even though his kit is pretty good, his base stats are so old. I don't know if he's gonna be doing a lot. I don't know if he's gonna be doing a lot of protection, but taunt, defense up to self, defense up to all allies, which is good. Ability energy for Avenger allies and ability energy for random allies. This is probably his best move here. This is his best part of his kit for a long time, still is the best part of his kit. Attacking the primary target, 280% damage. Clearing 2 positive effects is good. The chain is okay. Clearing more positive effects is good. And more than 1 Wave 1 Avengers allies, he's gaining a little bit more speed as well. Luckily, this is also a 3-turn cooldown, so that is good. And then assemble more block chance, more block amount, more block with more Wave 1 Avenger allies. Heal all allies for 10% of his character's max health when a Wave 1 Avenger ally dies. More max health, so he's offering good stuff in his kit. His base stats are very weak. His use after this is very weak. So Captain America, I guess he is still the least valuable by default. So there it is, guys. As far as Wave 1 Avengers, we got Thor overlapping with the hero Asgardians. Hulk is a very good character, and Iron Man, because of their double tags, I would definitely build them up. Black Widow and Hawkeye have some synergy. I probably wouldn't build them unless you have some investment in them already and have some kind of use that you want for after Scourge. Yondu, Star-Lord, T'Challa, and Ravager Stitcher have some good synergy. I think those are the only 3 Ravagers that you should build up if you're bringing up any Ravagers. And as far as the primary team, I think it's going to be the hero Asgardians. Let me know your thoughts, though. Let me know if you're building up any characters now, if you're waiting to see when this update drops, if you're waiting to see the full rework for Hulk. If not, I will see you guys later, though. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day. Have a great weekend. And yes, check me out on Twitter. I'm gonna Hulk fist bump up for your go. Stay hydrated. And a great one, guys. ValleyFlyin out.